If you are a bride that wants to do your own makeup for your wedding, but you don't know where to start and you want to go from this to this, stick around and let's do a little bridal DIY makeup video together. So I was thinking, like, what new bridal look can we do for this series of DIY brides? And I feel like sometimes we get so caught up on the eyes that we forget that some people don't want the eyes to be the star of the show. But we do need to add some things to the eye to make sure we give that like cohesive look for the pictures so you don't look like you did nothing. We want other things to shine sometimes too. What I really enjoy doing when I'm trying to do just like an eye contour is really buff a cream eyeshadow into the brush and sculpt out the contour of my eye. We just want to really start creating that nice shape. I did put my primer on before I put that cream on, so that's why it looks like I have like blank eyeshadow up to my brow bone and on my crease. So you can use that just as your eyeshadow for this look. Now, if you do want something on your lid that's a little bit glowier, you could grab cream eyeshadow and just use your finger and then just pat that all over the lid. I'm gonna go in with the glow stick as well, underpaint where I want that extra glow. Now for every day, I like a little glow here, but I'm not gonna put a lot on my forehead because we're doing it for pictures. If you put a lot of shine here on your nose, a ton like right in here, it's gonna look really sweaty. So your photographers are gonna get that greasy feel to it and not that like glowy from within feel. Just gonna buff that out. I can bring it under my eyes a little bit. The reflection from like the glowy tint stick of this one will help make your eyes look a little less sunken in, like right here. You can be a lot more precise too. Like you have a lot of under eye and a lot of under eye shadow here and you have a cheek that sticks out more. You can use a smaller brush and really blend that in. So I'm gonna use a smaller brush on this side and I'm gonna focus most of that glow just in the socket and I'm gonna blend it out right here where I got a little crazy. I use a soft matte instead of a just full on matte foundation because I want that glow to still come through, and the oil that I use is very serum feeling so it doesn't leave me like actually oily. That's why we use really light layers of things. I don't even want to see makeup on my upper lip. I want it to take the redness away, but I don't want it to look like there's any makeup, as in like no like buildup or anything like that. You'll see the color difference, but you're not gonna see like a makeup-y looking face. Now, concealer is also where we tend to mess up the most because we're adding way too much product. I'm gonna take the smallest amount and we're being really precise with the areas that we're highlighting. Again, I don't want to see product under my nose and on my lip because that is going to show where makeup is settling, and that this area here, and the chin tends to be where it looks makeup-y on the face rather than nice and natural. Adding some shape to my eyebrows. Now I'm gonna go in with a brow wax, and that's gonna hold my hairs up. If you're going for glowy, hydrated skin, just putting your foundation on is not enough. You really do need to focus on that contour and bronze and blush. It doesn't need to look crazy and mega sculpted. You just need that color and that shape back in the face. I'll go right in front of the ear and follow my jawline. And then I also go behind the ear, so that way it brings that color through. So when you take pictures like from behind or from the side, I'm blending it down my neck too, so it really blends everything together. Where I do like to have the shape is right here and right here that goes into the brow. That's gonna create that little contour that way. When I start adding my bronzer, this is gonna add more sun-kissed glow. If you wanna have more control over it, you're gonna put it on your hand and really work it into your brush, kind of how we did that eyeshadow at the beginning. And you're just gonna add little bits at a time. Now I'm going to take a cream blush and I am going to pat that up my cheekbone. Now, all liquid blush is not created equal when it comes to pigmentation. This liquid blush is a skincare brand with a like makeup side to it. So this one is going to be a lot more sheer rather than like the Juvia's Place blushes. Those are made to look more bold, kind of like the Rare Beauty, very pigmented, very little bit goes a long way. So if you want a natural glow without worrying too much about like heavy pigment, do a little smile. Smile like you will in your pictures. I am a cheeser, so I know my pictures are gonna be like a little bit of the leftover right here because I want it to look like I was just kind of like out in the sun. Tiny bit. Hit the nose. I personally like the nose to look like it is sun-kissed as well. If you don't like that look, then just don't add it. For professional photos, eyeliner is so important. You don't need a black eyeliner. I'm using a dark brown, but this is really going to make a difference. If we didn't put eyeliner on, it would end up looking unfinished by the time we went to do our photos. Lashes are important for your wedding day. You really have to build this side up with just mascara to give that full, fluffy, thick look. And when you add too much makeup, it can tend to run down the face even more than if you were to add a thin layer. You still want the mascara and the lashes to blend together, but I'm using so much less product. So whenever you are sweating, the oils from your makeup or the oils from your skincare mix a little bit, it's gonna create less fallout and less like crying effect. But sometimes it could be overusing the mascara because you're trying to get that thicker, bolder look to the lashes when you could just add a lash strip or some lash clusters on the end, and it will give you the pop that you want without overdoing it. Practice when it comes to lashes. You're gonna be frustrated. It's okay. You will thank yourself later if you do end up getting the hang of it. I feel flirty. I feel like I can wink, but I can't really wink. This is me trying to wink. I used to be a setting powder hater. Like, didn't think you needed it. I was like, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I have dry skin. It's not necessary. And then I found the right one that just isn't cakey and heavy, and it was a total game changer. Even when I want a glowy look, we still need a set powder to make it last longer throughout the day. I love this side for every day. This side is gonna photograph beautifully. So when it comes to events, and especially your wedding, you really wanna set that, because we can add setting spray, and we're gonna add setting spray, but we really need to set that in place so it really locks in and stays put. This is where you get to decide, do I want more blush or do I want my lip to be a little bit more on the bold side? I need a little bit more pink for my lips because my natural lip has a pink to it. A little bit more pop of color to add that brightness to my lips. Lip liner is gonna keep your lipstick in place. So if you have a problem with your lip liner really like fading out and feathering, a lip liner is really gonna help with that. Now we're looking really soft, but we're like, okay, but like, where's the glow? Like, we talked about glow at the beginning. I want glow. We're gonna add a setting mist. It's gonna take all of these layers that we did together and really melt them in and create that glow again. We're gonna shake it, hold it away from our face, close our eyes, and and it feels really, really good. So doing a little bit of gloss is gonna give you that hydrated look to your lips, so that way you don't look thirsty or you don't see the creases in your lips as much. So what are we thinking about this look? The eyes are super, super natural. There's barely anything on them. You could add powder bronzer. I like the way that it looks because I want it to be a little bit more like taken back, but I feel like this sets really beautifully and gives that glow and that highlight without being too much. Thank you for doing another DIY makeup look with me. If there's a certain makeup inspo that you are curious about, drop it in the comments or DM me, so that way maybe I can do that one too. I want to do as many as possible because this is fun. I'm having fun with you guys. Being a budget bride is hard, so you know, girls gotta help girls out. I'm a girl's girl. I gotta help. So if you have any questions or if there's a certain look that you want, let me know and I'll have to do that one. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.